No, the vows are strict, for better or for worse.
Well, don't you think that a man and a woman could sit down and talk to each other to rekindle a relationship?
Most definitely.
To a point of where they can act like, put something in the relationship so they can feel that, okay, it's almost like we're dating again.
You should date.
And the fact is that you can use some type of creativity or imagination and say, okay, I'm gonna take her out to do some of the things that I did before we got married, and she vice versa can do the same thing. I've been married for 49 years. That's a long time. To keep things going, I mean, I have picnics on the floor at home.
Exactly.
Wow. You do things
Yeah.
to put imagine, and he may say, okay, well, I want to take you here.
I have seminars.
So it's certain things that the two of you have to do.
Right, to keep it
And
going.
I'm not
Just keep
saying my
keep the
husband's
spark.
perfect now. He was
No.
military. He could have been here doing whatever.
Right.
But I've always respected him. I told him, respect me. If you're going to do anything, you make sure you leave it where it is.
Right, exactly.
And don't let me get wind of it.
Right,
Because
exactly.
if I get wind of it, that's going to really hurt.
Yeah, you can't tell a woman,
So
I love you,
You have, and then turn around.
and then turn around and do it. You can't do it. Because I love you is not, I got caught. I wasn't trying to hurt you. You were trying to hurt her. You were trying to hurt her. If I love her and I mess around on her, I am trying to hurt her. It's just that I'm not trying to get caught. There's a
Yeah,
difference.
exactly.
Am I trying to hurt her or am I trying not to get caught? Because I'm doing it, she don't have to know about it. See, I don't have to be around my wife for her to disrespect me. She could be at work and be very disrespectful to me around other men, with other men and the co-workers talking negative about me or whatever. See, you can respect me while I'm not around and speak highly of me, or you can disrespect me. Okay? Same thing about hurting me. You can hurt me and I not be around, just like you can make me feel good. So it's just that I got caught. Now I'm going to come out and say, baby, I didn't mean to hurt you. I wasn't trying to hurt you. You were trying to hurt her, my brother, or my sister. You were trying to hurt him because you did it. You knew that if he found out, and here's how you evaluate that. If that person found out, would it hurt him? Always ask yourself that question before you do those actions, before you make those actions. Will it hurt him or will it hurt her if that person found out? The answer is yes, then guess what? Don't sit there and say you love him and then you're going to do it. Because you're not going to hurt anybody that you love. Think about it. Most people love themselves. I'll say most, because some people commit suicide. Most people love themselves. If you love yourself, you're not going to do anything to hurt yourself. You're not going to do anything to hurt yourself. Okay? The parents who love their kids, who really love their kids, we got some parents out here that really love their kids, they will not do anything to hurt that kid. Behind their back or whatever. You're not going to do anything to hurt that kid. It's the same thing about your husband and your relationship.
Yeah, and you're supposed to protect each other. That's my
Supposed to protect each other. You got to keep that marriage. You got to keep that marriage going. What I do at the beginning of every year, that calendar comes out. She will tell you that calendar comes out. I go through the whole calendar in January. I go through the whole calendar, January, February, March, April, all the way through. I will mark down Saturday, date night, Wednesday, play cards. I will make up things to make sure it doesn't get boring, it doesn't get monotonous, because some people, the only time they can make love is just before they go to bed, just on the weekends. It's time. You know it's a routine. Never through the week, just before they go to bed. He's not going to get romantic with you. He's going to just roll over, kiss you one time. He wants to rub on you, put it in, you know. No, you got to learn how to be romantic. It's not just the female being sexy and romantic. The brothers need to learn how to be sexy and romantic. Okay? We sit up there and we say the perfect 10 question. I want a perfect 10. I want a perfect 10. Okay? You can get that perfect 10, but think about it. That perfect 10 wants what out of you? A perfect 10. You can't sit there and say, I want a woman like this, and you coming out there looking with a beer gut. It's not going to happen.
That's right.
He should make her feel like, looking at that guy on TV should make your wife feel like, when I get home, I'm going to tear him up. You know? She wants to look at that too. She don't want, and the same thing for the brothers. I don't want to sit up there and be with a woman that has to wear, we're about to get intimate. She's in the bathroom. She comes up with this big t-shirt on. She has to turn the light out before she gets in the bed. Get in the bed with the t-shirt on and the light out, and then take it off so I can't see it. What are you hiding?
Well, Keith, this is a different era. I don't know you all age group, but in
Come on over
this
here.
era,
Come on over. No, you sit right here.
in this era, you don't have men out here today that have morals. They don't even understand what
That's
love
not true. You're categorizing us.
We have to, because you all do the same thing to us.
No. I don't. And see, that's why I say
Maybe
you
not
can't,
you.
you can't, well, it's a lot of other brothers. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only brother. And I'm not perfect.
That's
I'm
right.
not the only brother. You are saying that because the guys you're running into in your life, you're running into, the majority of the guys you're running into are the same way. Am I right or wrong?
No, you're right.
There
But
you
see,
go.
I can only speak about what comes my way. Because everything that you're saying, it's like I'm at that point in my life, but it's just they're different. Keith, they're different. And if they are available, they don't want us. They are being discreet. They're looking at women that are small and petite. They're looking at women that everybody is on material now. They're not like it used to be, Keith. They don't have morals like you do. So you have to tell us, the ones that's in this era, how can we attract? Because I'm dating older guys. I'm not dating guys my age. They don't want the same thing that I want. So
But
it's different.
But I think as a woman, you have to recognize that. You have to understand where you are in your life and trust and believe. When you walk in the room, it ought to say confidence, okay? Whether they come or not, you're okay with that. Because a man should never be the one to make you. You already made. So, when you come in, or you have a presence, okay? They will respect that. And they will be, even if you don't give them a chance, they're going to give you a compliment because they're saying, that's a confident woman. She knows where she is. You be fighting them off. You can't come in the room like, look at me, find me, here, and you crouching down. No, you stand tall.
Okay.
You are the prize. The woman is the prize, and a woman should never forget that. And don't focus on the man. Let him get himself together, but you get yourself together.
That's right.
Okay? At all times, because there are going to be times where he's not going to be what you want. He's not going to be up to par. But that's where the
See, she's
balance
going into another
comes
question
in.
now. I got
But
another
that's
question
the
over here with
balance.
that. We got to answer that one.
Okay.
Yeah,
But hold on to that.
she
So you guys
said-
see how deep this gets now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But-
I am dating older men versus men my age.
It's not the age.
Yes.
Don't get
Why,
don't
why
get
are you saying that the older men are better for you than someone?
She's not saying that they're better for her. She's saying that that's just what's coming her way right now.
Well, why
But
are
at the
they
same
coming
token,
her
she's
way?
saying, well, what are we doing? Because she said, what's going on with us? There are men who do like full-figured women. But let me say this. Full-figured women, petite women, middle-sized women. It doesn't matter. You have guys that like the full-figured women. Let's deal with your category. You consider yourself full-figured?
Yes.
Okay. There are men that like full-figured women. And no matter what you do, you are always in competition with other full-figured women. Now, that's where your fault is. And second, are you putting yourself in the same area because you're getting the same guys? To me, there are different levels. You can get a 1, there are levels 1 through 10. A 10 is the guy that has everything going for him, the looks, the money, everything that a woman wants in him. Well, think about it. If you're carrying yourself as a level 5, do you think that man is going to look at you? Do you think that 10 is going to look at you? He's going to look for another 10. What's going to look at you? 3s and 4s. Because every man wants to get something that's a little bit better, if not equal. He's not going to try to go down. The only time he's going to go down is if we smell a fish in the water who lacks confidence in herself, self-esteem, and we're the type that's fall in the dog category or the player category, we're going to get you. Because we know all we need is to give you a little bit of bait. You're going to bite. You're going to bite, and we got you. All you need is a little bit of attention. All you need is a little bit of stroking, and we're going to get you.
Well, how does she
So,
feel about
when she has
herself? How do you feel
Your
about
self-esteem,
yourself?
but it's not just that. Hold on, let me finish. Okay, again, what I said. There are things that men. I don't care if he is, the 6s and aboves. Most of the 5s, most of us that are 5s and below, we aren't looking at the fingernails and the toes and all that other stuff that I said. The 6s and above, they start looking at the things that I told you. Now you got to start saying, how am I carrying myself? How am I dressing? There are different things out here, certain ways you can look. Now, everybody doesn't know. Now, some women out here that really think they look nice when they wear some of the stuff out here that I see. And I'm like, she doesn't need to have that on. Okay? So, you got to sit and say, well, I think I'm looking good, and I think I'm wearing the right stuff, so how am I supposed to know when I'm not wearing the right stuff? You have true friends, they should tell you. You have somebody who you can go to that you consider really classy or at the level, has the type of guy that you want. Ask her. You should ask her about yourself. She has the type of guy that you want, and every time you see her, she keeps getting the type of guys that you want. Then ask her about herself. Ask her not just about herself, but then ask her about you. The comment, say, if you had to do a makeover on me, how would you make me over? Full-figured women that's grabbing all the type of guys that you really want, because you're really attractive. A full-figured woman that's grabbing all the type of guys that you want, you know, what's the difference? Is it the way she carries herself? Are you fast to go to bed with me? Because you cannot be fast to go to bed with me, although I want you to. Because I'm not going to turn you down, but I'm going to look at you differently. I know the brothers don't want to hear this, and I'm telling you the truth. Before I got out of college. But I did notice this. Anybody who gave it to me on the first date, within the first 3 dates, in the first month, first 2 months, I had a totally different look on her than I did with somebody who was like 4 months or didn't give it to me at all. Because we were so young. Totally different. And even as an adult, even as a man now, you know, before I settled down and at 33 and got myself together and God touched my life, it was like, you know what? A woman who slept with me fast on the first 3 dates, you know, I can go out on the first 3 dates. It wasn't, I looked at her differently. I wanted it. It was funny because I wanted it. I want you to give it to me. But when you gave it to me, first thing that came to my mind is, I'm not that good looking to where I know I cracked that like that. Other guys have got it that fast. Other guys have gotten to her that fast. That's the first thing I'm going to say. So she's nothing special to me now. But the one who stood up there and made me wait. And didn't give me an out. Because she made me wait. Now, she can't cover all my time, true. But most of my free time, the weekends especially, I was with her, spending the time with her. She didn't give me much out to go be with somebody else. You know, I appreciate. That's the one who I really wanted to take home to my mother. That's the one who I really wanted to introduce to my daughter.
So why is it that it's okay for men to sow their oats, but when it comes to a woman, she can't?
It's
like
not.
a single woman.
It's not.
What
I was the biggest.
She do?
I was.
Now we're keeping this real, right?
We keep it real.
What do a single woman do with her needs?
You're single, and when I was single and I was living by myself, it was what I would make a call. What you doing tonight? You want some company or you want to come over? It was called a booty call. It's not going to, society has said a lot of things. It's not going to look bad for me, but it's going to look bad for a woman to sit up there and do that. You know, what are you supposed to do with your needs? In the Bible, I don't see anything about toys. I didn't see anything about toys in the Bible. So you can, you know, my suggestion is that. Now, you want to keep it real, okay, keeping it real. If it has to be a male, you have to know this. You better make sure he's using protection, because remember, you're just calling him for a booty call. Because bank on this, you are not the only one that he's sleeping with.
Exactly.
Okay? Yours is just a booty call. He may have a set girl you ain't gonna know about what he may and he doesn't have other booty calls. You're not the only one. You do not want him to give you anything. Anything. So if you have to be with somebody, if you make up your mind, keeping it real, you're gonna be with somebody else, make sure it's not 3 and 4 different guys. Try to settle on that one. You know? It's going to be hard for females not to get emotionally attached when you start being intimate. It's not hard for us not to become emotionally attached.
Okay.
We keep sex separate from the emotion. We do a good job at that. Okay? But, you know, it's a rough thing. Other than that, I would sit up there and say, you know, toys are available. You know? Not at Toys R Us, though. All right?
Thank you.
We're going to cut this first half of the show. We thank you for tuning in. Again, I'm Keith, and we want to hear your opinion on the subjects that we brought up. We have so many questions that we have to get to. We have 4 episodes. This is just one of 4. If you have any questions, your comments are welcome. Again, this is nothing for you to get mad at me about or get mad at any of the guests who were on here. You know, this is everybody's voicing it as we see it, okay? And that's what we want to hear from you. Take care.